They stood with a hand raised high, under a flag, under God, under truth. And somewhere along the line, the promise got buried beneath power, fear, money, politics, ego. But what if they remembered? What if the badge meant safety again, instead of fear when the lights come in? What if a stop on the midnight road didn't feel like war on a human soul? What if protect really came first, before the quotas and the paperwork, before assumptions, labels, lies, before another mother cries? What if they studied every right like sacred words they swore to fight for, not just commands from higher chains, but human hearts behind the names? And maybe then the streets would breathe a little less tension underneath, 'cause power don't have to dominate when honor stands instead of hate. 'Cause somewhere beneath the uniforms, beneath the titles and the forms, there's still a promise barely alive. What if the oath was more than words, more than a courtroom line rehearsed? What if justice finally stood the way they promised that it would? You swore the truth, you swore the right to guard the weak, not feed the fight. So what would happen if one day you truly lived the words you say? What if the judges truly saw a human life beyond the law, not just another case to close, not just another soul disposed? What if the courts weren't built on fear or pressure deals year after year? What if the blindfold actually meant no favoritism in judgment? What if the wealthy and the poor both walk through equal courtroom doors? What if the system healed the roots instead of feeding off the wound? 'Cause people break it, people fall, but mercy still belongs to all. Injustice without humanity becomes another tragedy. 'Cause somewhere beneath the ropes and pride, a dying truth still survives, waiting for somebody brave enough to rise. What if the oath was more than words, more than a courtroom line rehearsed? What if justice finally stood the way they promised that it would? You swore the truth, you swore the right to guard the weak, not feed the fight. So what would happen if one day you truly live the words you say? No more wars against the people, no more fear behind the law, no more hiding truth for power, no more breaking what you swore. 'Cause the people feel it breaking, every silence, every scar. But maybe there's still good among them, maybe some remember who they are. What if the oath became a fire, something holy, something higher, not for money, rank or fame, but standing tall through truth and pain? You swore to serve, not rule by fear, to protect the people standing here. So heaven help the day we see justice become what it claimed to be. The oath was never supposed to be theater. It was supposed to mean something. And maybe one day it will again.